Hey guys, it is Tonya, Thrifty Treasures, and today I am so excited to introduce you guys to Michael, also known as the Rolling Picker.
Hi everybody, my name's Mike, and I'm also known as Rollin Picker on YouTube. My channel is a reselling channel, and I got a contact from a superstar on YouTube and a superstar reseller, Tonya Sheets. She's known as Thrifty Treasures, and she asked if I would put a small video together, and I was like, you bet. Who wouldn't? Who wouldn't want to do something for a superstar like her? So I'm going to go ahead and let's start this video, and I'm going to let you know what I'm all about and how I came about. In 1999, there was a mailer going out from eBay, a new marketplace that started up, and it was kind of like late 99 into the 2000 time frame. And at that time, my wife brought that card, and we went over to check eBay out, and just fell in love with the place. I mean, there was all kinds of craziness going on. You know, people were selling Pez dispensers. They were going for big bucks. I mean, and as this thing started on, it was like really the Wild West back then. I mean, you could buy a piece of plain typing paper, and it would be nothing to get $10 for it, and then charge the guy the stamp, or the buyer the stamp, and then mail him a piece of blank paper. I mean, that's how crazy this was, and most everything was auctions, and of course the site was developing. Well, during that time frame, I sustained an injury at the dealership that I worked at, a Dodge Chrysler Jeep dealership. I was a heavy line tech, and I fell off a truck and broke my shoulder. So while I was on the mend, the workman's comp was coming in, but still had a house payment, still had a motorcycle payment, still had a car payment. So we had been buying on eBay, and my wife said, why don't we try selling on eBay? So I began to sell motorcycle parts, takeoff parts, new, used, any motorcycle leather gears, anything motorcycle related, because I rode an Indian at the time, and also auto parts, because I worked at a Dodge dealership. So I had some Mopar parts laying around, some 340 engine parts, cams, heads, you know, and stuff like that. And yeah, I shipped blocks, cranks, heads. I mean, it didn't matter. It's anything, because we were getting big bucks. And so we eventually made power seller with that, and we were a silver power seller. And then when the workman's comp issue was being taken care of, and it was time to come off of that and go back to work, I just decided to terminate work and let's just keep selling on eBay. So we did that. I did that. I terminated my position as a mechanic over there, pulled my tools out, and just did eBay full time, and that's it. That's all we did. We did eBay. My wife at the time had her own account. She was selling her things. I opened up a second account, and it just bloomed off from there. I made bronze power seller with a second account, and on that one we started out with just selling condoms. I mean, there was a place in town called Cargo Largo, and as long as you had a sales tax permit, you could go in, and they had all kinds of like shelf pulls, things that I guess weren't selling in stores, so they would buy them up, and you know, you'd get a 3-piece box of condoms for 99 cents. And so I bought everything of them off the shelf, and I used to list them as you know, plain die cast box, no feedback if you don't want, because it was none of my business what those people were doing. But I made good money doing that. A lot of people laugh, but I made good money doing that, just as much money on that as I did selling the motorcycle parts and knives and some other stuff. So fast forward, when I think it was Meg Whitman took over, sales started falling. There was all kinds of changes on eBay. People were griping and complaining, and I didn't know if eBay at that time was going to be still sticking around. So I got with one of my knife distributors, and I bought up a whole bunch of cutlery, a whole bunch of knives, brand name knives, swords, movie props, all kinds of stuff like that. My wife at the time bought Swarovski crystals, gazing balls, all kinds of things. And we went out to the local farmers market, and we sold out the farmers market for 3 months. Or 3 years, excuse me, 3 years. And we did very good. Then we decided to break up the business, and her go her way, I go my way. And so I sold that business out, and I ended up taking a job with Home Depot. And after Home Depot, I had an injury that cost me my job. Was on workman's comp again, and I tripped while I was at that, and it kind of caused this disability that I got. And that's where everything really changed for me with the disability. I was originally diagnosed with ALS, Lou Gehrig's, and then when I gave up hope that, Doc only gave me like 2 years to live, I got kind of upset with God, and then I decided, you know what, it's not his fault. He doesn't do this to me. So I told him, I prayed to God, and I said, hey, you know what, Father? If it's your will, take me 2 years, take me 2 years. If it's not, I'd sure like to dance at my great-granddaughter's wedding. Well, I've only got one grandchild, and she's 7, so I kind of made sure we go down the way. And sure enough, I got a call from the doctor that he misdiagnosed me and said I have PLS, primary lateral sclerosis. So I asked him if I'm going to die from it, and he said, no, you're not going to die. It will be disabling, but not fatal. So that's where the Rollin picker comes in now. I'm in a wheelchair, and that's how I get around. And I have a small disability, check, and I have a small military retirement. And I wanted to stay busy. I wanted to stay vital. So what I did was I decided, hey, just because I'm in this wheelchair, why don't I go back to eBay or open up a couple of websites? I have a couple of websites that I sell items from, brand name products, and I did that. And hence, that's what my channel is about. My channel, Rollin Picker, here on YouTube. I decided to show others that have a disability, whether it's temporary or it's permanent like mine, that you're still a vital person, you're still vital to your family, you're an asset to your family, you're an asset to your community, you're an asset to yourself, and you're an asset to God. So there's no reason that you can't do reselling. Granted, I don't drive, and maybe they don't drive, but I rely on family and friends, and I have family and friends that pick for me. And sometimes if I get out, we go to yard sales and go picking, or we go to thrift stores. And, been doing it for a little bit now and having some fun. So my channel is not all about making the big money. It's about what you need for you. What you need coming in, whether to keep your sanity or to pay down a credit card or go buy a cheeseburger or do like I did a couple Sundays ago. I ordered a couple pizzas and watched pay-per-view wrestling. I mean, and that's what it's all about, isn't it? So, as promised, I told Tonya I'd show some sales for June. So let's get on over and see what I did for the month of June, and then we'll come back and wrap this thing up. Okay, folks, the first item I sold for the month of June was a Harley-Davidson Apple iPhone 6 cell phone case with the bar and shield on it. That sold for $9.99 shipped. The next item is a Prestige Import Group gunmetal retractable bullet cutter, also known as a punch. That sold for $12.99 shipped. Next item is a Zycar round digital hygrometer. These are used to maintain or monitor the relative humidity and temperature inside the humidor. This one sold for $21.39 plus $2.95 shipping and handling for a total of $24.34. Next item that I sold was a carbon fiber lighter, butane lighter, and Black Ops blackout cigar cutter. Put it as a combo. Sold it for $9.99 plus $2.95 shipping and handling for a total of $12.94 shipped. So the next item is a BOGO that I did, a Lansky mini dog bone crock stick sharpener. I think I had this on like a 5% off sale. So they got 2 of these plus with the $2.95 shipping for a total of $9.57 shipped. The next item is a Marbles Electrician Lockback Folding Knife, model MR282. That was also on sale, and they gave me a best offer. I took it, and then with the shipping, it was $11.95 shipped. Next item, I don't know why the picture's not showing on this. It shows on my eBay, but it was a 15 sets of locksmith depth keys, and these are keys that are cut each depth, like 1, 2, 3, 4 through 10, or from 0 to 10. And it's what locksmiths use when they want to make a key, I guess, what they don't have a machine. And then it had some key blanks in it also, that were the KW1, which is a quick set, and then Taylor. And I sold it as parts because, you know, doesn't look like they were used, but I sold it as is for parts. And I had it up for $99 in best offer. And the individual gave me an offer that bought this. The customer that bought this gave me an offer of $80. So I took it and it shipped for $80. The next item is a PlayStation 2 Ace Combat 04 Shattered Skies Greatest Hits for the PlayStation 2. I was I sold it at $5.99 best offer. I took a best offer of $4.05, and with shipping, they paid $7 shipped. The next item I sold was on auction. I sold it on auction. Was a Star X Nintendo Game Boy Advance game. It was clean and tested, and it sold for $1.49 plus $2.95 shipping and handling for a total of $4.44. And then the next item up and last item for the month of June was a Mondo DeMarco silk necktie brushstroke art blue, red, teal, orange. It was up for $3.99, and I had a 40% sale on the single ties at the time, and so they got it for like $2.39 or something like that. Anyway, with the sale and shipping of $2.95, they got it for $5.34. All right, folks, there you have it. That was the sales for June. Yeah, I know they look kind of dismal, but hey, you know what? You just got to take the good with the bad, and that's how I roll. Wow, I didn't mean to say that, but I guess there's some irony. That's how I roll. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. I feel honored that Tonya Sheets, Thrifty Treasures, asked me to do this, and I'm glad that I did. And if you found what I do helpful, please pass this video that Tonya's going to put up on to other people that you think might benefit from it. And make sure, if you come across this video while you're just cruising through YouTube and you're come across Thrifty Treasures, make sure you guys subscribe to her channel, because I'm telling you, she is a fountain of knowledge. She knows what she's doing. I've learned so much from her, and I'm going to start expanding into other areas because of her. So that's it for today, folks. I hope God blesses you with great sales, great life, and just some good times, you know. See you around on YouTube.
Michael, thank you so much for your very kind words. I hope that everybody enjoyed his video, and also hope that everybody will go over and subscribe to him on YouTube. Again, he is the Rollin Picker. Please like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys.